Hey guys, it's your boy Marc back with another video. It's that time of the year again. And yeah, WrestleMania 42 2026 preview predictions video. Man, what a difference a year can make. 1 year ago to the day since I did my WrestleMania 41 preview predictions. Yeah, I am sick with the flu, just like I was for WrestleMania last year, crazy enough. And crazy amount of stuff has happened since then. I'm not going to get into it here, but I did get my WrestleMania food and drink sorted. And my auntie was very, very kind to give me a $30 limit for food and drink I wanted for WrestleMania. And what I asked for was 2 of each of, what you see in the pictures. Reese's, cans of ginger beer, and M&M's. So I'm very excited to eat those during WrestleMania. And yeah, the show looks very fun, very solid. But regardless, no matter what I say, I think WrestleMania is going to be a lot of fun, like it usually is every year. However, after WrestleMania, and I don't just mean it in like a, the natural end of the party sadness type of thing with WrestleMania being over, I mean in general. I'm not sure there's much to look forward to after WrestleMania, But, far out. But yeah, 2 nights of WrestleMania, as always. But before we get into that, John Cena, the GOAT, will host WrestleMania 42. Yeah. And very excited about that. I'm pretty sure you'll have very entertaining segments with some people. I know Danhausen's a popular pick. I still haven't understood the character of Danhausen really. Obviously, like a comedic character, but But yeah, 7 matches on night 1, 6 matches on night 2, and I'll just say this: if it gets announced, because we still have an episode of SmackDown. If we get Io Sky versus Asuka, which I don't think will happen now, but if we get it, I think it'll be on night 2, and I think Asuka will win that. If it happens. Just to finally end her WrestleMania losing streak. Unless you want to subvert expectations for no reason. Like they've done with Asuka ever since she debuted at WrestleMania 2018. But yeah. But regardless, we're going to kick off WrestleMania 42. Night 1 with LA Knight and the Usos versus the division consisting of the World Tag Team Champions Austin Theory and Logan Paul and IShowSpeed. Celebrity Showcase match should be a lot of fun. Very excited to see IShowSpeed show off what he's got. I know he's been involved at Royal Rumble last year. That was fun. Viral moment with Braun Breaker, who we all thought was gonna, possibly main event this year's WrestleMania, funny enough. But, yeah. Regardless, I have the Vision and IShowSpeed winning this match. Match number 2. And these two should be in the main event, to be honest. In a fatal 4-way for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Unsanctioned Match. This should be good. Although last year kind of disappointed me with Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, that unsanctioned match. Hopefully this year they fight everywhere, Jacob and Drew, instead of just doing weapons like usual. Seriously, use the environment to your advantage. Have a fun, go all over the arena, go all over the freaking world type of match. Far out.
So I completely forgot to actually list my prediction, I think. So I have Drew McIntyre winning that. Sorry about that.
But yeah. Next up, we have AJ Lee defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch. Now I know everyone says, or at least I saw one person say, oh, but Becky Lynch has put over AJ Lee every single time in this feud. True. That being said, I don't know why we need to see AJ Lee. I mean, the other way around. Sorry, I don't know why we need to see Becky Lynch, 3-time Women's Intercontinental Champion. Like, really? Do we need that? Do we need that? So just for that, I have AJ Lee winning. You could have done something better for her, honestly, instead of another freaking rematch, man. But, yeah. Then we have, the Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way. We have Lash Legend and, Nia Jax defending against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Bayley getting her tag team match that she was screwed out of last year, finally. Charlotte and Alexa and the Bella Twins. If this isn't the match where the Bella Twins finally win the Women's Tag Team Championships, what are we doing here, man? I hope so, because that's something I've wanted to see for quite a while, actually. But yeah. Then we have the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Liv Morgan, challenging Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. Surprisingly, this is Liv's 3rd time going for that championship. This would be her 3rd win if she wins this. I don't really mind who wins this match either way. But I do think, or more so I should say, because I don't think I would have said this if I hadn't seen this. There's this friend of mine on Twitter, X whatever, who has pretty, mostly right inside information on the stuff with WWE. Says that between the two Women's World Championship match, just one of them will win, one of them will lose out of the challenges, I think. So, that being said, I'm going to go with Stephanie Vaquer to retain. I don't mind if Liv wins, but we'll see. Next, we have a match that was kind of just randomly put together, but nonetheless should be a fun match. Seth Rollins versus Gunther. And because there's no stipulation or anything like that, and it's just like, oh, if Seth loses, then he retires. Nothing like that. For that reason, I think this is where Gunther, for the first time in a non-title match, loses. I have Seth Rollins defeating Gunther here, for that reason. And then we go into the main event for the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes defending against Randy Orton. Alright. This is just like last year. Maybe a little bit more intense than last year. With Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. And I stand by everything I said in my preview last year. Here's the thing, guys. I do not want Randy Orton, Charlotte Flair, or anyone to break John Cena's record. Now it is John Cena's record. And I still think this main event should have been a fatal 4-way. Put McIntyre and Jacob Fatu in this. And I gotta say, I'm quite disappointed with WWE, man. Now, build up, I know everyone's been saying the build up's been crap. I don't know. I've been watching Raw and SmackDown. But disappointed because it hasn't even been a year since John Cena broke the record. And it took 25 years since Ric Flair had his record before it got broken. It hasn't even been a year. They're already playing with the idea of someone else breaking it. And it's like, how dare you, man? How dare you? I'm baffled. I'm hurt. Can't believe that you're doing this. And there's a good chance I won't be as lucky as I was last year when I got all 3 of my big predictions that I desperately wanted to be correct. Maybe history repeats itself this year. And I know I'm in the minority here, but especially because a report just came out that Randy Orton says he might actually be a bit hurt going into WrestleMania 42. And of course we got Pat McAfee involved. Pat McAfee in that picture trying to look like The Rock, I think. And this should be a great match. The match itself I'm looking forward to. It should be an absolute blast, regardless of the interferences. Hopefully the interferences won't be too bad. Very likely. And I know the stipulation where if Pat McAfee, or if Randy Orton loses, then Pat McAfee will be gone from wrestling forever. And I heard about a rumored match at Backlash, Cody, Rhodes, and Jelly Roll versus Randy Orton and Pat McAfee. Obviously, Pat McAfee would need to be around, but notice that Jelly Roll, even though he's supporting Cody Rhodes in this feud, unless something happens on SmackDown and you're watching this after SmackDown has happened, because I'm filming and uploading this before SmackDown has happened, the final episode of SmackDown before WrestleMania 42. Notice that Jelly Roll does not appear in Cody Rhodes' corner in the poster. So for that reason being said, my official prediction, and like I said, let's be real. When you predict wrestling, it is a mix of what you want and what you think. And I'm definitely going more so for what I want, which isn't necessarily for Cody Rhodes to win, but for Randy Orton not to win. Because John Cena's record belongs to the C Nation. I say that as if Randy wins this, then he breaks the record. No, but he'll still get one step closer, you know. Anyway, it's my official prediction for this match. And I know there's a lot of possibilities for this match. I'm predicting Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Championship after Jelly Roll interferes. And because Jelly Roll interfered, that kind of puts an asterisk on the stipulation where Pat McAfee would have to leave wrestling forever, you know, if Randy Orton lost. So, and I think this even stronger now that reports of Randy Orton being hurt going into WrestleMania have come about. And what am I saying? Think about it. Cody Rhodes has main evented every WrestleMania since WrestleMania 39. So that means he would have lost the main event of every single WrestleMania. He won on 40 night 2, but he also main evented 40 night 1. Don't forget that. And he lost the main event on night 1. So he has lost at every single WrestleMania he main evented. This should be his first WrestleMania main event win for the whole show. But also because that record means a lot to me. That record means so much to me. I waited 10 years for that. And yeah. Night 2 should be even better. WrestleMania 42 Night 2. And considering the different aesthetics for the match cards for Night 1 and Night 2, I wonder if we're going to get a Mad Max industrial looking set for Night 1. And then overnight they'll change it and make it more futuristic looking for Night 2. I wonder if that's going to happen. That would be so cool, actually. But anyway. Opening WrestleMania 42 Night 2. Brock Lesnar defending against Femi. I say defending like he's defending a championship. No, there's no championship on the line. Brock Lesnar versus Femi. This is I can't remember if I said this exactly, but there are 3 matches, just like last year. 3 matches that I'm really anxious about the results for. First for this year is, of course, Cody versus Randy. This match here would be probably the one that most people are anxious about. Brock Lesnar versus Femi. Everyone's been praising the build-up. I don't know, because I've been watching Raw and SmackDown. But, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I have Femi defeating Brock Lesnar. What a WrestleMania debut that should be. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if they have Brock win, because they just love sucking him off 24/7 for some reason. I mean, they had him beat John Cena at WrestlePalooza last year for no reason. And I haven't enjoyed him in the company since. I'm going to be honest. And people are like, oh, but what was I trying to say? Oba can still look strong in defeat. Screw that, man. Just give Oba the win. How many times are we going to do the stupid, we're going to build Brock up? It's freaking bullshit. Seriously. That being said, Femi to defeat Brock Lesnar. And if my review of WrestleMania 42 Night 2, and yes, I will review both nights individually, if that review starts off with me saying something like, Triple H just loves sucking on Brock's, you know what, then you know that Brock won, okay? Next up, we have the ladder match. 6-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Good to see these matches back, huh? Far out. Penta defending against Rusev, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. Did I say Rusev already? Anyway. Anyone but Rey Mysterio to win this. Honestly. I could see Javon Evans winning it. It'll be kind of cool to see Rusev win it. But, you know what? It doesn't necessarily mean we need a new champion every single time we do these multi-person ladder matches. So, I'm going to go out on a bold one here. I have Penta retaining. Yeah. And the reason I don't want Rey to win is selfishly because I want John Cena to have been the only wrestler to have beaten Dominik and Rey Mysterio for championships. So that's why I don't want Rey to win. Nothing against him personally, you know. That's why, you know. Yeah. But next up, we have Sami Zayn defending the United States Championship against Trick Williams. This should actually be a fun match. I think it should be really good. But I think, I don't think there's any other result other than Trick Williams needs to win this. Yeah, Trick Williams to become the United States Champion. Should be a fun match. Now, next up we have Jade Cargill defending the Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. Man, Jade's reign has been dog water, hasn't it? Like 0 defenses. She might have defended him once, maybe. I don't know. But certainly not on pay-per-view PLE, you know. So, not that I want to see Rhea back in the championship picture. It'd be better than Jade, though. So, I got Rhea winning the title just for that. Then we go into the penultimate match of the evening. The Demon Finn Balor versus Dominik Mysterio. Should be a fun-ass match. But the Demon Finn Balor, of course. Then we go into the main event of WrestleMania overall. CM Punk, World Heavyweight Champion, defending against the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match winner, Roman Reigns. Alright. I'm excited for this match. This is the match I'm looking forward to the most. And honestly, I hope why not just go 40 minutes long? 45 minutes. Awesome wrestling. Great counters. Hopefully no interferences. I know Pat McAfee's been teasing interfering in this match online. Please, no. Why? Well, what do you have to do with Punk or Reigns, bro? But I am going to go with CM Punk to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know what do we benefit from Roman winning, honestly. Like, it sounds like he's already not going to be at Clash in Italy or whatever. And I've had my fill of 2-year-long reigns. Do we need another 2-year-long reign? Not that it would be 2 years long necessarily, but aren't we over Roman as champion? For real. And back to Cody and Randy for a bit. If Randy wins, what's the end game there? We have the tag match at Backlash. Randy is in the reign. Cody versus Randy at SummerSlam. Cody wins it back. That's freaking boring as hell. That's boring as shit. So I don't make it sound too negative. Like I said, I still think this show is going to be a ton of fun. But yeah. That's going to be my predictions for WrestleMania 42. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm your boy Marc, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.